Internet, Eric here. Got a video for you guys today. I know I said I'm going to be jumping into the Howling franchise come October, or at least I didn't announce that yet. I will be doing that in October because it's spooky time, werewolves, all that shit. But I guess this video is part of a franchise. I don't plan on doing the entire thing all at once. A handful of months ago, might have been last year actually, I discussed Horror of Dracula. I finally have jumped into the Hammer franchise, or the Hammer world, I guess you would say. And I recently watched its sequel. So today, from 1960, I'm going to discuss Brides of Dracula. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you. First off, no Christopher Lee in this movie. Basic plot of this is Dracula is dead, at least for right now. And we are following, I think she's a school teacher. She's in Transylvania. And basically, she goes to an eatery. And her driver ditches her. Or he's paid to ditch her. And she ends up in this old castle. And she meets this woman. And her son is there. And her son is chained to the wall. You know, like he got a chain around his leg. She frees him because she thinks he's being abused, blah, blah, blah. He ends up being a vampire, and she has to try to survive, and she runs away, and she is found in the woods by Dr. Van Helsing, played by Peter Cushing again, and it's basically Van Helsing trying to stop vampires for the rest of the movie. I remember really liking Horror of Dracula. It's been a while. I need to revisit it. This one wasn't too bad, actually. First off, the acting's really good. I like this actress who plays the school teacher. Very likable, very sweet, very pretty. The Hammer women are always beautiful. I'm starting to notice. She's got good chemistry with pretty much everyone involved. I guess you would say the woman in charge of the castle. She's good at being creepy. I really like her. You know she's got hidden agendas. Really good. Peter Cushing. I don't really know Peter Cushing outside of Star Wars. I've only seen, him in A New Hope and technically Rogue One. I loved him in Horror of Dracula. He's great in this too because I didn't realize Van Helsing can be such a fucking badass, especially in a lot of the fight scenes. Peter Cushing has this gravitas, this dignity to him, but he is also ready to throw down and beat the shit out of you or get his ass kicked too if need be. And he's just amazing. I'm becoming a huge fan of him, and I need to watch some of his stuff outside of the Dracula series. Although I'm going to also enjoy getting to see more of him there. If I had any problem with the acting, it is the guy who plays, I guess you'd say, the son, the guy that was chained up in the room. His acting isn't bad. The problem is I just don't find him intimidating. Maybe that's because he's following up Christopher Lee. Maybe it's because he's not Dracula. Maybe it's also because I've seen scarier, more charismatic, or seductive vampires on screen before him. I thought he was just kind of there. He wasn't intimidating. I know it's 1960, but, with his hairstyle, he looked like a dork. He just looked like a pompous, prissy boy. I didn't buy it. His acting was fine, but I just didn't buy this as like I guess you would say the final boss. You know what I mean? To a lesser extent. I liked how this opened with an opening crawl, or not an opening narration. I loved her in the stagecoach, you know what I mean? And, this guy's trying to get her as fast as he can to where she needs to go. The vampires do look good. The vampire brides with the teeth and the clothes. I love it. The best part of this film is the final act. Well, first off, what I thought was really cool is I knew that in future movies in the Hammer world, I guess you would say, with Peter Cushing playing Van Helsing, he's in further films. He gets bit by this guy, and I'm like, that was an oh shit moment for me. As I'm going into these Dracula movies blind, I didn't know, is Van Helsing going to be a vampire as well? He's not, but the way he fixes the situation is really, really cool. He gets bit, and then what he does is he cauterizes the wound. He finds this out. He cauterizes the wound with a hot piece of metal, and then he throws holy water on it to, I guess you say, cleanse it. It disappears. He's fine. That's something I've never seen before, and I think that's really fucking cool. It's kind of like, you know, in zombie films, you know, when someone's bit on the hand, let's cut it off here so we stop it before the infection. That's really, really cool. I really liked it. This final finale where it takes place in like a windmill. I do like the fight scene between not scary Dracula, you know what I mean, whatever his name is, the lead villain, I guess you would say, the lead vampire. Him and Van Helsing, they tussle it out a lot. He gets holy water thrown on his face. I like that. And this guy is killed. And the makeup looks pretty good for the burn effects. I really like the makeup on the vampire's face. The way he is defeated is one of the most, again, something I've never seen before. I didn't expect it to be seen. And honestly, it's one of the coolest things I've seen in a horror movie in a long time. And this is from, like, what did I say? Fucking 1960. Yeah. So they're fighting on a windmill. And the windmill's caught on fire, blah, blah, blah. And the lead vampire, I guess you would say head vampire, Van Helsing is at the top of the windmill, and the other vampire is like on the ground running away. Van Helsing, again, it's Peter Cushing, and even though we can see like it's a different stunt double, it doesn't fucking matter. He jumps on the windmill, and he's on one of the, what are they called? Wings? Propellers? You know, the thing that spins? He jumps on it, and he pulls I guess I'm going to call it the wing. He pulls it down, all the way down to where he's standing up, so it's straight. And then we cut to the vampire on the ground, and it's a shadow of a crucifix. And that's what takes him out. I love it because of the creativity. Never seen it before. I haven't seen it since. And that's what I'm really going to, what I'm getting to appreciate with these Hammer films, is the stuff I've never seen before. I've never seen a badass Van Helsing other than Hugh Jackman. And again, Peter Cushing, I don't know how old he was, but he doesn't look very young in these films, and he's ready to, again, throw down. It's a cool Van Helsing. It's a smart Van Helsing. Again, love the cauterizing of the wound. There's a great scene where one of the brides comes out of the grave, out of the ground. Hammer is really warming me over. I love these films so far. The only thing I can think of that I can maybe knock this film for is it's kind of slow in the middle. It is. There is a lot of times when it's just people talking. When there's no vampires on screen, it's kind of just stuff happening. And it's the reason why I think it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's a letdown, but maybe something that I can't think of in a positive way so much is because we've seen so much good so far. And then it's just kind of nothing, good stuff, nothing, you know what I mean? And then the only other thing I can think of is this guy wasn't very scary and intimidating as the head vampire. But other than that, highly recommend Brides of Dracula. If you haven't seen it, there probably are people that haven't. I just fucking watched it for the first time. This came out in 1960. Give it a shot. If you liked horror of Dracula, it's not as good. I think that's because the lead isn't Christopher Lee. But it's still worth a watch just for the creativity, some of the intensity. The acting is really good. Highly enjoy it. And what's good about a movie is if you know it has a sequel, this gets me excited to see what's coming up. Not just because it's Christopher Lee's return, but so far, I gotta say, Hammer is 2 for 2 with its Dracula series, whether Christopher Lee's in it or not. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment below. Hit the bell. All that shit. Have you seen this one? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What do you think of Van Helsing? Is he great? Do you think this vampire is as bad as I say he is? He's not bad, but you know what I mean. Coming up, gonna take my daughter to see Beetlejuice this Saturday. So probably Monday or Tuesday, I'll have a video up on that. And then Friday the 13th, Frenzy and I are returning. The link is now live for you to set your notification and your reminder. We are just getting together and discussing the Friday the 13th franchise's timeline. We're going to discuss it. We're going to try to explain it. We're going to try to make it work. It's a big mess. Anybody who knows what they're talking about concerning the timeline, we'd love for you to jump in the chat. Tell us where we're wrong. Throw in some stuff we missed. It's going to be a lot of fun. And also on September 28th, I'm finally back on the horse when it comes to interviewing people. I will be interviewing Deathmatch Wrestler from IWA Deep South and other promotions. The Deathmatch Juggalo, Brian White. His wrestling career, his life outside of wrestling, battling anxiety and depression, conquering some demons, just being an all-around cool fucking dude. That's going to be great. The link to that is created as well. And then, who knows where I'm going until October when I jump into the Howling franchise. But until then, cheers.